Hello, folks. It's about that time again. I know what I've forgotten to do. Right, excuse me for just a moment. You'll see me freak out a little bit just while I get my, I suppose, my viewing platform onto the appropriate screen. So, without further ado, up. Honestly, I should figure out, maybe I should just get 2 webcams, or I don't know. No, that seems like overkill, doesn't it? Gee, Lex, how come your mom lets you have 2 webcams? Okay. Right, well, without further ado, let's get on to our usual business of the Wordle, the Mini, and what have you. Let's start off with Sword. It's got an S, but nothing else. How about Chips? We got a P now there. What? Heretic Soul has resubbed again. Beat Boop, happy Saturday. Nice to see you too, buddy. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't expecting anybody to, be tuning in. What the hell could this be? Space? I mean, the sea won't let me, but you know. Okay. Slaps? No, because the... This is an odd one today. Huh. Okay, no. Man, oof. Hey, chat, you got any suggestions? S-L-A-P. Okay, well... Ooh, wow, this is... I am... Huh... I'm just racking my head, you know, like going through it, being all like, could this work? No. Could this work? No. Okay. We've got 2 guesses left, so I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble. Yeah, okay. I'm taking a bit of a gamble here, even though I've already confirmed that the S doesn't go there. Okay, yeah, right. That's what I thought. It's Psalm from the Bible. Christ, wow, that was a doozy. Fucking Psalm? Alright. No, let's do connections next. Alright. Exposure, publicity, media, press? No. Coverage? Okay, curl, ringlet, lock, as in a lock of hair. Tress? Yeah, bits of hair. Okay, cool. I already guessed that one, yeah. Phew, okay. Press, media, publicity, coverage? No. Hello, All Guide. How are you doing? Oh, I had a really tough Wordle today. The Wordle was Psalm. P-S-L-A-M. No, it's slam. No, the Bible thing. Psalm. Yeah, that one. I got it on the very last guess. I took a gamble by putting palms. And they seem to accept palms with all the letters, so I just, you know, kajiggered it around. But I'm probably going to lose this one, because I don't have a fucking clue. Yeah, whatever, I don't even care about this. Coverage, exposure, press... Okay, that was annoying. Noun suffixes. Oh, blank circus, family circus, flea circus, flying circus, media circus. Alright, maybe I would have figured that one out, but you know. Alright. Let's do the mini. 8 foot, 2 inch character. That's big. Big bird. Capture for completely automated public Turing test to tell humans. One taking night flights. I don't fucking know. Winter driving hazard. Ice. Wearing dressy shoe. Catcher in the Rye. Private Instagram exchanges. DMs. Thanks. We've reached it for the down clues? End. How the fuck do you spell athlete again? Athlete? Did I spell that correctly? I don't have a fucking clue. Works at a school. Teaches? Teaches. Acronym. Illustration for a news segment. I don't fucking know. Perfect tennis serve. Ace, perhaps? Chillin'. In heels, wearing dressy shoes. Okay, I might have to Google who this fucking, Bocelli. Andrea Bocelli. Letter before Q. Graphic. Even scores. Wow, 3 minutes exactly. Wow, long mini, that one. Gotta admit, did have me scratching my head, yeah. But we did it. Okay, so. Let's swap ourselves over to... Yeah, that was a big mini. We are now over... When the sword is broken. Okay, so. What happened last time? A lot happened last time on Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. But, you know, we were playing as George Stobart, an American on vacation. His vacation was rudely interrupted when the French cafe he was in got exploded by a clown, or rather an assassin masquerading as a clown. Since then, he's been embroiled in a conspiracy to reunite the Knights Templar and bring them back to power. And it seems like the Knights Templar are trying to reforge the Sword of Baphomet. And it seems that this clown fellow is trying to stop them as an assassin. Or a Hashashin. And again, I'd like to point out that this game came out, God, about 15 years before Assassin's Creed? Right, so what happened? Oh yes, we unlocked the ability to go to Spain! We've already been to Ireland, we've already been to Syria. It's time to go to Spain now. Alright, yes, I wanted to just tweak the sound a little bit, back to where it was before. There we go. Okay.
Hi, is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
We are
You
free
don't even
from
know what
France
kind of
once
dog we're
again.
about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No.
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had,
Oh yeah? They might have, might they?
and that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
Do you recognize this man?
No.
Well, that was nice and simple, wasn't it?
This lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing.
I've still got the manhole opener from the very beginning of the game. I mean, I've also got the gross ass tissue paper too.
I'll be going for now.
Adios, senor.
Can I just go in despite the guy not wanting me to?
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
We need to distract the gardener so we can get inside. And we can't. We obviously cannot just turn off the tap. But what if? Aw, yeah, baby. The blood pressure gauge just cuts off the hose's
My
circulation.
hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
So naturally, I'm gonna go in the house. Well, yeah, there are dogs there, huh?
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
This guy has no peripheral vision.
It was a small mirror hanging over the sink. From the scum in the sink, it looked like he shaved there.
Ugh.
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window. And I didn't.
I find it so weird that he would run the hose out of the window instead of out of the door. You know, out the front door, considering that's the most direct access.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
Senor Stobart?
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
They're being very accommodating for someone who has quite literally just snuck into their fucking home.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course...
He knows you're a point-and-click protagonist.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me. Lopez, unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh, you just keep putting your fucking foot in your mouth, don't you, George?
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed
Old
in
as
the 13th
balls.
century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Obviously, we can.
The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble. Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit.
Oh, I bet you the fucking chess piece is in there. Fucking bet you that the chess piece is in that fucking thing.
A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey! It's a checkerboard! Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again. I couldn't climb up there without breaking something.
Okay.
Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern.
That was a relatively simple secret to discover.
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
Hey! It's a checkerboard!
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5, 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the De Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now.
Yeah, she's being very generous to us by letting us snoop around her family fucking tomb. Let's talk about the checkerboard.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh. The pattern on the lectern, purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart. You cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Ma'am, you're as
Well,
old
no
as the
time for
Templars.
wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ain't here, and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set! Yes! The old chess set! Now hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
You know what? Considering considering the Countess and that old, like, British aristocrat lady from the hotel, this game has some really cool old ladies in it.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. The bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
He was out buying cigarettes.
Ah, Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady.
Watch in agonizing slowness as I walk over to the gardener.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Each chess piece must be placed in the corresponding hole. Click on an unplaced chess piece and it will turn to reveal a pattern on its base. Wait, what? Okay. That goes in there. Okay. Wait, is this just gonna be a fucking, like, an actual chess? Not that one. Come on, come on. Come on, drag. Why aren't you dragging? Oh, because it's the wrong piece. Okay. Okay, you. There we go. Oh, fuck that one up, huh? Alright, green and dark green. Okay. Red and dark green. Red and regular green. Thing is, I don't remember this. I don't remember this puzzle from the original. I wonder if it's something that got included in the As it turns out, this was this particular like director's cut was done for the Wii U, so it kind of makes sense. There's a little bit of waggle in here. Oh, come on. Ah, come on.
square bases fit onto the white pieces. I just had to figure out where to place them.
Hmm. God, that... Okay, so it has to go in the middle there somewhere. Okay, so I need to somehow... Like what? Figure out a way to place them without it being in check? Is that what this is? Why is it so hard? It's literally just click and drag. Why is it so hard to click on these pieces? Let's get a hint. Okay, we need to checkmate. Okay, right. So. That has to go there, obviously. We also need to keep the king out of danger, so... Huh. Oh wait, yeah, that's the king, that's the fucking queen. Idiot. Okay, that's correct still, so we'll put that there. The king can't go that way. Yeah, so we need to just figure out... Yeah, there we go. We got there in the end. Yeah, that was actually really difficult to click and drag the pieces on that puzzle.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail.
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I'm surprised that that piece, that chess piece set worked, considering it's got a missing puzzle piece.
Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no. The Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will.
Oh hey, the French are back. French jump scare.
Is there something going on between you and Labano?
What business is it of yours? We agreed all this. The clown, the Templars, strictly business, remember?
Yeah, but...
So get off my case.
Yeah, George.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Oh, we're gonna have to go through...
There, but the...
Yeah.
The through... There, but... There...
Okay. We've got the chalice now.
Better get...
Well, we know where a bunch of knights have been buried, right?
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant.
I noticed that the stain...
It was...
Oh,
Yeah, we've already had this conversation. Well, I guess he doesn't know shit. She's given me the chalice, but I don't see it in the inventory.
a knight, there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references, I guess.
Yeah, nothing there.
A stone carrying on. A stone to fit.
It's time to follow the lead from Islands and explore Montfaucon further. Yeah, but... I don't have... Oh, I'm a fucking moron. Of course I was expecting it to be like a lighter color, not fucking stone. Or, you know...
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
Yeah, why
That
not?
would be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wool tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite
You
distinct.
mean a unicorn? Not a unicorn, fucking Pegasus. Unicorn. What's wrong
Catch
with
you
me?
later.
Au revoir.
Okay, so this one here? I mean, we saw the Pegasus emblem when we reached the
Now that my
estates.
attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos
Well,
family.
you know,
I'd found
unicorn
the
has the
last resting
horn,
place
but
of
no
Don
wingerlings.
Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something.
Oh, Christ. A jumble of letters are carved onto the side of the knight's tomb. You must look for and highlight a number of biblical verse references comprising of the name of a book, followed by the chapter and verse in Latin numerals. Alright, we got... Alright, yeah, cool. We got Corinthians. Oh my god. Oh, this is awful. Well, again, like, this game was originally on the PC. They just took all the puzzles that they made for the Wii U exclusive, or the Wii exclusive, and put it on here. Like, Corinthians... Look for and highlight the Psalms, John, Psalms, and Corinthians. I've got Corinthians right here! I've highlighted it! It was like, no. Oh my Christ. Corinthians 1:4-5. Yeah, this. I'm highlighting it. I don't. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? Fucking hell. Alright. I'm gonna look up how to do this basic bitch simple puzzle. You must click and drag your cursor to highlight the verses. I've been doing that! Oh my god, this is infuriating. Alright. John 4 plus 11.
John 4:11. Not much to go on, but it might be. If I examine the two more closely, there might be other clues to find.
Do I have to fucking trace it out? Is that it? I have to fucking highlight every single part of the... Is that what this was? This is agonizing. Actual, factual hell.
Corinthians 14:5.
Alright. Fucking Psalms. Yeah, riveting gameplay, alright? And again, like, you can see, like, the delay on the motion. Like, I've got the mouse held down now, so all those little dots... All of those little dots that you see is just the frame rate that this puzzle is in. Fucking... I guess that explains why I was having so much trouble dragging the chess pieces earlier, if this is the frame rate the fucking puzzles are in. I wonder if they were this bad on the Wii... What the hell? Like, it's right... I'm so fucking glad the Age of Waggle is dead. What are you talking about? It's highlighted. I highlighted it.
Psalms 32:7. The numbers refer to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
Alright, I'm not like There's another fucking psalm here that I have to get. I'm just checking. Yeah, there's no other side. It's this one. It is this one. So why wasn't it fucking highlighting? Why did this one no worky? Okay, it just decided to work that time. Cool. Thanks.
In case they meant something. Psalms 32:7. John 4:11. Corinthians 1:4-5. And just one more. Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the de Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Note, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Alright, let's ask the priest what those fucking Bible verses are.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Boy!
Merci.
It's all in the wrist. So wait, like...
Catch you later.
Au revoir.
Okay, I have to go and talk to Lobber now. Okay, sure, fine. Don't know why I thought speaking to the priest about the fucking Bible verses would have been useful.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood!
That's right.
And now he's back to his usual happy, smiling self. Honestly, this interpretation of Baphomet is, I think I prefer, like, the sexy goat demon more.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Who doesn't love a sexy goat demon? Sight de Baphomet. I love... For some reason that's just tickled me. It's not like the address, like Rougerie or Cafe, anything like that. It's just, you know, it's the Baphomet site. Site of Baphomet. Oh, that looks like a lad.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions.
Baphomet Sight Zone Act 1.
You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoke so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
Being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
Oh, when I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too.
I love this guy. I love how every single worker in this game is just doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job.
Pepe, you're in France in a taxi. What are you doing in
You couldn't
France?
be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what though, I'm surprised at the sort of people...
I'm currently in France as well, investigating an archaeological dig of Baphomet.
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
This guy looks like trouble.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui,
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground.
Going to a shale? Then going skiing for the week. Oh, well, good for you. I don't know what a shale is, but I know what skiing is.
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was a closed door with toilets scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Hi, Nico?
Georges, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
Georges, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did. Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh. I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks.
Oh boy, I can.
The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall.
Jeez.
I couldn't get to the door while the guard was there.
Huh, okay.
Hi again.
What is it?
I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks. door was locked.
Well, yeah, dumbass. Okay. Whoa. The faucets are running too? Jeez.
Oh boy, dirty soap. How do they do that?
Okay. Alright.
Perhaps I could make a copy of the key. The key had made a clear imprint in the soap. The bar of soap had the imprint of a key in it.
Then we use the plaster of
I knew
Paris.
keeping that plaster was a good idea. With the plaster and the imprint, I was on the right lines. I had filled the key's imprint in the soap with dry plaster.
Well, now you gotta get it wet.
You can't make a cast without wetting the plaster. But wet plaster alone does not make a cast. The key's imprint was now filled with wet plaster.
We turn the faucet off?
The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah,
I
use the
used
hand.
dryer to speed
Yeah.
up the process.
Smart old guy. I was expecting it to be broke like everything in here.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well. Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause. On the keyring was a big old key that looked like it might fit the excavation door. Maybe not. It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers.
Oh, you know what? I know what I need to do. Well, first I better give these keys back, hadn't I? Otherwise it's gonna be like, hey, the keys though, bro.
Hi again.
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I couldn't
Alright.
Hi again.
What is...
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
Okay, right. I think I know what has to be done here. I need to swap out the key, but... Now he's going to put on his gloves.
I turned the heating off.
Yeah, he's getting cold. He's going to put on his gloves. That way he doesn't feel like the key is
As I
plastic.
hoped, the guard put his gloves on.
But now I still need to make the key look like a key.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot.
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Bah.
That's what the phone is for.
Killer!
Hello, Nico. It's me.
Hi, George. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn! We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme.
A
I'm going to
scheme.
need your help, though.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh,
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him. Hi, it's me again.
What now?
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? She must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
Gunmetal paint. Interesting.
Yeah, I fucking love. I love all, like, the working class guys and the old ladies in this game are fucking great. It feels like everybody is just so goddamn snarky as all
The
hell.
plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely, and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt like plaster, though.
Yeah.
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
What? Abuse? Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
But how do I get him away from the door?
The door was locked.
Yeah, shit's locked. Come on, buddy, you've got the key.
Now, I'd substituted the fake key for the excavation key. It looked okay, but felt false. Hi again.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Now, how do
Au revoir.
I get in there?
Couldn't get...
Do I call Nico again?
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, George.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Why am I going outside? Shouldn't I be slipping in?
Hey, you. It's the phone.
Yeah, who is it?
How should I know? What am I? Your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Pah, don't pah me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes.
Jesus
and no rank.
Christ!
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Is he gonna be all like, shit's locked again when I clearly have the key?
The door was locked.
Yeah, buddy, I've got the key.
I couldn't see anything useful to do with the planks.
You could do a lot with a plank of wood. Look at that skeleton! Is he reaching for the trowel?
Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
Ah, okay.
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church. I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower.
Cool, but, you know...
Just how long?
Andre? He helped me out when I was a fresh air.
You never told me that before. I thought he was just a working acquaintance.
So he is. I rarely see him these days. You know, he hasn't changed much. A little less air at the front, perhaps. I'd forgotten how much fun he could be.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, Georges.
Yeah, hold on, I'll just casually take another flight out to Spain. Wow, we're playing this cutscene again. It's the exact same cutscene, too. Huh. I think this is the first time we've actually been back to one of these sites. Then again, like, both Ireland and Syria were quite long segments in comparison to the brief little foray we had here.
Senor Stobart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
Set in a fantasy world where
I
taking
netted
the
a
train is
bride-new
efficient.
priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
Ah, to be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcelos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city. There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest.
No, you didn't fucking forget. I tried.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Well, we know where there's a Bible. Yeah, cool, we got the Bible.
It was the Spanish Bible I borrowed from the mausoleum.
So instead of going back to ask the priest, we'll just do it this way. Because I get the sneaking suspicion if I go back to ask the priest, I won't be able to. Because the puzzle can only be solved in a certain way, and what's the point of having the Bible here?
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
Okay, well, we better talk to the groundskeeper.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
Who would win in a fight, Groundskeeper Lopez or Groundskeeper Willie?
I shall remain here.
Probably Willie. Put them both in Mugen. Groundskeeper Willie with rake combos, but Lopez has the hose. He's got a strong keep away game.
Hi there, Lopez. How's tricks?
Senor Stobart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the De Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor.
Okay.
There used to be a
Beep boop,
fortified
yeah.
villa. How can you last a siege
Yeah.
without water?
Great. So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Yeah.
You must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, Senor Stobart. I shall give it more thought.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
Is this the kind of situation where I have to leave and come back and he might have something for me? Let's find out. Also, the game has been upscaled ever so slightly. At first, you can't really... Like, you've got the groundskeeper's sprite here, right? The groundskeeper's sprite as he's spraying his hose, and you've also got the hose itself, which is actually part of the environment. And you can see right here where the two connect. I'm not entirely certain you can see it on the screen, but there is like a couple of pixels where it's really obvious where the join is.
Hi, Lopez.
Oh, it's actually more visible right here because the hose changes
How
color.
can I help you?
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios.
Alright, I'll bite. Oh, okay, lighting the candle, huh?
Mausoleum.
Oh, they've lit candles in here now. Okay, that makes sense.
Now what? Feeling like an idiot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the fucking window.
The tissue was pretty charred, but the grease paint had done most of the burning.
I guess that's the end of the tissue now. Oh, I still get to keep the tissue. That's weird, but okay.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key. It was a smooth, intricately carved piece of stone that had been concealed inside the great candle.
Alright, well. That's the piece of the chess puzzle. Hey Cal, how you doing, buddy? Man, I was fucking exhausted last night. I slept for like 12 hours. Shit was great.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please.
Oh, I'm
My
okay.
guest.
Oh, actually, hey, you know what? I genuinely thought I responded to the message that you sent me a couple of days ago. I'm free tomorrow, if you are. I'd love to play Last Stand with you. We'll get Neon in too.
What do you make of this?
It looks like some sort of key. Where did you get it from?
It was buried inside the great candle in the mausoleum.
Inside it. What have you done to it?
I, lit it.
But it is irreplaceable.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish attack, right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing. Maybe that was the real purpose of lighting the candle.
What are you suggesting?
That lighting the candle was the equivalent of break glass in case of emergency.
Sentiment must not stand in the way of solving this mystery.
Yeah, I'm just, breaking into this old lady's house, burning her priceless irreplaceable candles.
What does this charred tissue suggest to you?
You have pyromaniac tendencies?
have a look around if...
My home.
Alright, how about now? Have you figured out how we're gonna find out this? Hey, yo, you burnt a priceless, like, hundreds of years old key.
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
But hey, on the bright side, though, you're clearly a protagonist in a point-and-click adventure game, so, you know, I kind of got off lightly.
Any ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes?
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick. A Y of hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See? Here. That is hazel.
Where is Hazel? You didn't point anywhere. Is that Hazel?
I went over to find a suitable stick. I don't believe it. There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped branch on the whole damn thing. There wasn't a...
Christ. Of course, it won't be that easy. Do I know of any stick... Am I gonna have to travel all the way back to fucking France to get a stick? Oh, is you Hazel?
I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
Hey, yo. Fuck yeah, we got a stick. Thank fuck. I genuinely thought the game was gonna have us go back to France to get a stick. I would have pissed.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I...
Well, we got the fucking stick.
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Y-shaped baguette.
Senor, hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand's tip is clear.
Baguette with hazelnuts in it.
Steadily
Hazelnut dusting, yeah.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
I'm not controlling this, by the way. This is just a really long cutscene.
Senor Stobart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now. The
And?
mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way.
Okay, that's a really good bait and switch now.
Both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
That's a...
It has been here all the time. All all those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
I wouldn't exactly trust the old man to lower me down. Oof.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this. Sometime in antiquity, there'd been a rock slide. Big ones. I wished I'd had a hard hat.
Alright, there was something about unicorns and lions. That's clearly a lion.
From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
Well, yoinky it.
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
Fucking hell!
Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Signor Stobart! Signor Stobart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Hey, susto mi has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
Yeah, don't mind me, Lopez. Again, I'm just desecrating like hundreds of years old like artifacts in your owner's your employee's ancestral home. No biggie.
I wished that I had Leary's flashlight now. It was too dark to see, and I had to rely on touch. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, the fucking mirror. The obvious mirror that was just in the Bat's room.
It was a small mirror.
Back down the hall. Now, come on.
I realized I could use the mirror to reflect the light from above. There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed.
And I use this fucking thing with the socket.
I slid the stone key into the lock. There were buttons that turned the
Oh my god. I was literally just about to say I hope we don't encounter any more waggle puzzles. Well, I'm pretty sure we just have to match up, like, the passages that were given to us. Yeah, just give me the fucking... Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna write this down just so I have fucking access to it without constantly going back to the menu. I already knew this was going to be the solution, I just wanted it to have it... I just wanted to have it all, like, clearly lined out for me so I could just fucking scribble it down. In the correct order, so... Alright, 14... that's... 27... 6... The L is 100, so 131? Three... 1... 17. $12. $25. Oh, L is 50. Okay. Balanced for Waggle. Yeah, who knew that being a Final Fantasy fan would pay off in the modern day? Okay, so the first one is 14. Oh god, we're gonna be here a while, aren't we?
I heard the sounds of the lock moving. Either that or the wall was going to come down on my head.
Seven. Oh, you're just gonna fucking... Oh, okay. Yeah. 6. God, now that I know that the frame rate for these puzzles, or like the refresh rate for these puzzles, is like 5 frames a second, that really explains why I can't, like, sometimes they just didn't click. Alright. Okay, L, let's 50, 60, 70, 80. One. Haha, 1. Oh, fucking hell. Genuinely, this wouldn't be like pulling teeth if this was a fucking higher frame rate. Alright. Oh, fuck. Another way. 17, okay. No. Yeah, there was absolutely no way in hell I was going to remember all of that. I am so fucking thankful I had the foresight to write this shit down. Alright, last one. Which is 25.
Oh, yes! Bonus points for that, I hope. I knew the old Stobart fingerwork wouldn't let me down.
The old Stobart fingerwork? What the f... Oh.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do. You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
So, like, for those of you who weren't... Oh.
Welcome back.
Come in, Josh. It's good to see you.
Okay.
Again.
Fucking...
Is it?
Andre jump scare. Yeah, so the Countess's entire, like, family backstory was that some kids went missing back in the day. Looks like we found them.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, Georges.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
Georges found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Yeah, it was a map of the
Then we
UK.
got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
There's the image of a church that Georges found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, Georges.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
It did! It super did!
Yes, describe Britain as being at the edge of the world.
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much,
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
except when they go to a football match.
Okay, you know what,
An
fair?
extract from a plant called woad, Isetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in the wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are
Okay,
said
so we're going to
have turned
Bannockburn
the tide
then.
For the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but
What Georges is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was.
We understand you've got commitments.
But it's in a
But
church.
listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, Georges.
We'll
In
see,
Britain,
Drew. Oh,
in a
and,
church in
don't
Bannockburn.
worry about
In a
us.
church. The next morning. Okay, is that old lady sus for anybody else, like, right off the bat? What are we doing here?
Pardon me.
Wait,
She must be deaf.
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what
that's
time
the
it is,
assassin!
darling?
That's the fucking assassin!
But we're running 8 minutes late.
You can see the scar! You can see the fucking scar! That's the assassin!
Do you know Sterling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
And that accent is
Yeah,
terrible.
It's one of the places we thought we'd stay on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, Georges?
No. Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, it... You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
Yep. That's a nose with a history, all right.
So you said.
And every single one of the options I have to show off are things that are related to the assassin.
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin, a master of illusions. Oh, you said Merlin? Then no, nothing.
Do you know what this is?
Yes, I do. A young friend of mine shook my hand with one just the other day.
Yeah? Well, that's outrageous. He should be shot.
Perhaps. Still, his intentions were good.
I'm sorry that you've been zapped by one of these things.
You shouldn't be.
That's really fucking funny.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Sterling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right.
Oh,
Do you
Pegram.
know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
Yeah, we never actually found out what happened to Pegram. He went missing at the dig in Ireland, didn't he?
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Oh.
Tickets, please. Oh, hi.
Is everybody on board this fucking train?
That's a standard full-price peak return.
That's the fucking guy who killed the guy in the
I
hospital.
rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
Off to Sterling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
A lovely view from the castle.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
It would actually be really fucking funny if every single person on this train was related to the fucking conspiracy. Ooh, cracking my back here. Oh.
Can't you sit still, George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. Okay. Oh, these football hooligans!
Hi. Having a party?
No, this is British. Come on, join us, man. Where, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like...
Oh fuck, these are from Newcastle.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
Yeah!
Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
Oh, Christ.
What is that stuff you're drinking?
Special
It
brew?
smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put tears in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs too, by the looks of you.
Fucking hell.
See you later.
You haven't opened that window, pal.
Why not?
It's freezing out there.
What do we got in here? Doesn't... Huh. Yeah, nothing. Hmm. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eckler, Marquet's murderer.
Sorry, you're whispering, and you're... I couldn't hear a fucking... I think we should do a save. It's always worthwhile doing a save when fucking Guido is involved.
I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy.
I like the lights in the background. That's nice, I like that.
Guido looked like a weasel in a cheap suit. He also looked like the kind of man who wouldn't lose much sleep over murder.
Oh wait, shit, where do they go?
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
Well...
All I could see of the man's face was a massive purple bruise around his eye. I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him. Hey, buddy. Listen, I need your help. What's the matter? There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man.
Oh, they actually got nuke.
We are veterans like, so action at Breitling Sea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a
There's a
conflict in
fucking
anywhere
Newcastle
before,
football
right?
scarf right there too.
Well,
Didn't see that
take it from me,
before.
pal, you're in safe hands.
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, pal, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, man, an old lady, too.
Yeah, you gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted. I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
See you later.
I guess I'm gonna... Oh, I'm gonna climb up onto the frickin' roof.
Do it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
Hold on now, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
Oh, he is drunk out of his fucking skull. So far, the only British people we've seen in this game is fucking football hooligans. Oh, shit. Hey, there's the other guy, Flap. Oh. Oh, fuck.
I'd always wanted to stop a train, and now was my chance. You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side. Stobart, different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A
double-edged sword. A power older than Demolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together, and Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy.
Look, have you ever seen Indiana Jones?
Of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
How did you escape from the Bull's Head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the Bull to the village Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness.
Maybe not. No.
Hey, you want to shake hands?
No.
Well,
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's
No.
dead.
there he goes. Oh, don't mind me. Hey, Nico.
Don't worry. I hadn't forgotten about you.
Answer me this instant, George Stobart.
I will. When I'm ready.
Jesus Christ.
That's not fair, George.
No.
Oh, you smooched her.
Well, my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things
Cool.
I'd never get to do. And kissing you was at the top of my list.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
Why don't you just get his gun and shoot him? Oh. Oh. That didn't look great.
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London.
I
hope he was
mean,
traveling on a return
Newcastle.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give him a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know the half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show him now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our...
Plastic explosives, you
Plastic
fucking moron.
explosives. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently, during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
This bag is
Hope
full
the
of slug
explosion
cats.
Didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
This is actually a pretty good rendition of Scotland, though, right here. Kind of beautiful in a desolate way.
I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem.
Anything else?
Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age.
It's just gonna let me keep riffling around through
It was
here.
caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle. With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top. I didn't find anything.
Okay.
The handle turned easily, and the larger wheel began to revolve.
Oh.
Damn! Then the handle came off in my hand. Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Come on.
The cog wouldn't fit that hole.
Okay, but just out of curiosity.
With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
What do you think you're doing?
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism in the demon's mouth.
Maybe you should show a little more respect.
For a mythical medieval demon? Give me a break.
Okay. Go right ahead. Meddle with forces you don't understand. Incur the demon's wrath and burn in hell. Just see if I care.
Cool, thanks.
The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket. With a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place. I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. The cogs all meshed. I began to turn. As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
That's a lot of gunpowder.
No, Georges!
What?
Leave the torch right where it is. In case you haven't noticed, the crypt is full of gunpowder.
So what? Don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust.
No? You think I'm a jerk, don't you?
Don't be silly, Georges.
Jesus Christ, George.
I thought I heard something. Like chanting. Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for?
This cave is full of blood smoking.
Will you look at that? Baphomet. Lavino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped.
Oh, look at them 3D chanty
no more than
boys.
they worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow...
Is this the mystery of the
it was a
druids?
symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous?
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch.
No, the inspector from the beginning of the game.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet, Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. 7 centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve.
What of borders given
All
us?
will be united under the red cross of the Templars.
Ooh, ew, ouchie.
George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you. Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What
The
about
angle of this
Pico?
shot makes him look like he's got his
Prisoner of
pants hitched
Mohammed,
up like an old man.
Only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you. I'll see you in hell first.
Ah, George, I had great hopes for you. C'est la guerre. Eklund, kill him.
You. Hey, the inspector's on our side now for some reason.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
Take them. Kill them. They will not escape.
Quick, let's escape.
Well.
Oh, hey, Guido.
Isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant. It's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
George, what are we going to do?
Oh, it's quite simple. Wait, where's the handbag full of C4? Oh, well, you know what? Just, yeah, that'll do.
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. He's over 300 years old. How explosive do you think it can be?
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
And then everybody died. Thank you for the sippy,
We
Audrey.
didn't stay long in Scotland. George had a vacation to finish, and I had another story to write. Not the real story, of course, but enough half-truths to fill a page and pay my rent for the month. George and I hung out together in Paris. I showed him my favorite restaurants, and he told me his best jokes.
This is new.
You know, Nico, this city holds so many memories for me now. The cafes, the music.
The sewers.
Tell me about it. The clowns.
The jugglers.
And your pal Labano.
Yes, dear Andre.
When we first met, and I was doing my detective stuff, you kind of disappeared a lot, Nico. Were you and Labano,
There was something happening, but nothing to do with Andre.
Uh-huh.
It was something from the past that I had to deal with. On my own. So, I dealt with it, and now it's over.
Hey, did I ever tell you the one about the old Irish couple in the lottery?
No, but I think you're going to.
Okay, there's this old Irish couple. They've been married forever, like 50 years, and they win the lottery.
Wow, that's a funny joke. Wait, what's this? Thank you for playing Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the director's cut. 2010. Oh, Christ. Ah, God. Man, why does my back hurt so much? Oh, I need a new spine. 2010 marks Revolution's 20th anniversary. Fucking hell. Back in 1990, the Berlin Wall had just fallen. Sierra, creator of King's Quest, amongst many other adventure titles, ruled supreme in the adventure market, and LucasArts was emerging with a new breed of witty, quirky adventure games. Monkey Island was just around the corner. I was development director at the publisher Activision. I was keen to set up a development company to challenge the American behemoths. Tony Warrener, a designer programmer with whom I'd worked for a few years earlier, was bored writing aeronautical software. So was his colleague David Sykes, and Norrin Carmody, who was a general manager for Activision UK, wanted to move from publishing to development. This is the Revolution team when we first started in 1990. Sean Brennan, then head of the publisher Mirrorsoft, invited me out to lunch one day and told me that if I wanted to set up a studio, he would fund and publish our games. Everything was fitting into place. All we needed was a game concept to pitch. That game concept was later to evolve into Lure of the Temptress, based on a system we called Virtual Theatre. The adventure engine guided characters intelligently around a game world. We worked non-stop for weeks to write a prototype, and then drove to Mirrorsoft's offices in London to make the presentation. But, en route after leaving the car unattended for a few minutes, a thief broke into it. The radio was stolen, but for some reason the thieves didn't take the PC on the back seat, which was not insured. So the pitch went ahead, Mirrorsoft commissioned the game, and Revolution was born. Man, that's a fucking story. Break into a goddamn... Like, it was the 90s, I suppose. The guy fucking broke into the car and was probably all like, "Here, I can't lock this down straight." The Lure of the Temptress team in early 1990. A specky? A specky. That brand, I'm drawing a bit of a blank at the moment. Oh, a Spectrum, of course, a ZX Spectrum. Yeah, sorry. The Broken Sword series was conceived like so many of the best ideas over an excellent dinner with plenty of wine. It was 1994, and I was dining with Norrin Carmody and Sean Brennan, who's now head of publishing at Virgin Interactive. We started talking about the mythology of the Templars, who were almost unheard of at that time, and what a rich historical background it would create for any entertainment product, particularly a game. And so, 10 years before the plethora of Templar-themed entertainment products, I wonder what they could be referencing there, Broken Sword was born. This was the first conception drawing for George. Wow, he's basically like wholesale, basically as is. And that's basically how I'm reminded of Kim Kitsuragi from Disco Elysium. How there's so little concept art of Kim because they knocked it out the park literally on the very first drawing. They were just like, okay, that's him. We had very high ambitions for the game, but the competition was fierce. At Revolution, we had an excellent team who had written some very successful adventures, but to move to the next level, we needed to bring the very best people in from other creative industries. I convinced a very talented layout artist, Ego Han Cahill, Cahill, to join the project. He and his colleague, Neil Breen, who had both previously worked at the Don Bluth Studios, that's why the artwork looks so similar, drew all the backgrounds in pencil, and we digitally colored them in Photoshop. A bridge over the Seine, surprisingly similar to the Ouse Bridge in York. I've actually been on that bridge. Huh. The main characters and the introduction sequence were created and drawn by a brilliant animator, Mike Burgess, who worked for Red Rover Animation Studio. Tragically, Mike, who was in his 20s, died a few months later. A few years earlier, I had played for a cricket team with the composer Barrington Phalug. We had since lost contact, but when I contacted him to suggest that he might like to write the music, he jumped at the chance. The dream team had come together. The development process was very exhilarating, but often fraught. On its release, Broken Sword was incredibly well received both critically and commercially. The game was followed a year later by Broken Sword 2. After a gap of 5 years, we moved to a 3D presentation for Broken Sword 3 and then Broken Sword 4. While hugely controversial, the move to 3D was necessary to secure publisher support, although my provocative statement that point-and-click adventures are dead has often returned to haunt me. Yeah, there was at the time where 3D was really picking up, an awful lot of point-and-click game studios, like the Broken Sword devs for one, Revolution, and LucasArts. LucasArts also moved to a 3D engine with Grim Fandango and Escape from Monkey Island. As much as I like the world of Grim Fandango, I love everything about it except for the engine, and that's the exact same engine LucasArts then used on Escape from Monkey Island, which is... We don't talk about Escape from Monkey Island. There is no Monkey Island 4. Oh, Dwayne. Yeah, what a great character. And Pearl, the waitress. For this director's cut, I've had the pleasure of working with comic book artist Dave Gibbons, with whom we'd worked with previously on Beneath a Steel Sky. Yes, that's right! I've not actually completed Beneath a Steel Sky. I have it. I should. Dave has drawn the facial expressions and the new movies. An honourable mention goes to Tony Warrener, who has been an integral part of Revolution since its inception, and Joost Peters, with whom Tony has programmed this new version, and of course, commercial director Norrin Carmody, who has helped steer the company through the good and the difficult times. I feel extraordinarily proud that 15 years after we conceived and started designing the first game, there is still such a passion for the games, and privilege that so many fans have remained so loyal to the series. No. Oh hey, it's Burb. Burb said something about cream. I'm not even gonna ask. I'll do a shout out. I was actually... You've just missed me finish a point-and-click adventure game from my childhood of Broken Sword. We unlocked just a little dev commentary there that I was reading through. But let me do a shout-out for you real quick. No, wait, shit, that's a raid. No, I didn't want a raid. Cancel that. Cancel. I was doing a shout-out, not a raid. Fool that I am! God, fucking imagine. I raid into me, I raid into you. Oh god! Christ. Oh my god. I'm just bumbling the fuck out of this. Yeah, there we go. Finally, I succeeded in doing the shout-out. Hi guys, don't know if you know me. I'm Lex Temporis. I'm a non-binary android. A clockwork constructed time. And I play a little bit of everything, but right now, the two games I'm playing through, well, I suppose the only game I'm playing through right now, is Yakuza 8, Like a Dragon. Oh wait, it's Infinite Wealth. Like a Dragon was 7. Never mind. I'm also going to start playing a game called Pacific Drive, which I'm really excited to play on Thursday, because that's when it comes out. But for now, this has been Broken Sword, a point-and-click adventure game that was created in the early 90s? Yeah, the early 90s. And I grew up with it. This is a special edition version of the game. It had a whole bunch of new segments, which, to be honest, they're not the best if I'm... The thing is, the new sections were created for the Wii, and this is a port of the Wii version of the game. And all of the puzzles that they added in had awful waggle attached to them. It felt like the frame rate was 5 frames a second, you know? It was awful. How do you feel about diving head first into hell, or feet first into hell? What, hell divers? I've been thinking about it, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't own the game. Thank you, Charles Cecil, director. Oh wow. Oh, this is not. I always like it when devs do this. I really. You can tell when a game is a passion project that's been made by like a small team of people that have like genuinely cared about the project instead of making a mass-produced, you know, fucking thing for everybody. And I always like it when they include like little stories like this. Oh, this is when they were working on Beneath the Steel Sky, huh? Actually, yeah. For those of you, who did watch all of this, would you like to see me play Broken Sword 2 at some point? That one's also a banger. Not quite as good as this one, if memory serves, but I enjoyed it an awful lot, and it's still in 2D. Look at all these old photographs. Constantine's Broken Sword. Oh, maybe that's where they got the idea from. Huh. I wonder if Revolution was based in York. How many clowns are in... Okay, so Broken Sword 2 focuses on the Aztecs and the Incans. I actually think it was like they were doing the Mayan, 2012 thing. But like way before 2012, like again, back in the 90s. Yeah, I have a lot of fond memories about Broken Sword, and to be perfectly honest, I think it does actually really hold up. You know what, just as a bit of a teaser, I wasn't planning on streaming for much longer after this was done, but if you guys are sticking around, I'll show you like the intro to Broken Sword 2. So, bear with me a moment. Let me just pull it up. Broken Sword, The Smoking Mirror. I'll just need to go into... Okay. Ooh. Just adjust the sound. We got some crust there. Where are you, Broken Sword? Sure. Smoking Mirror we're after. I'll have to go back to... Broken Sword 2. There we go. Here we are. The Smoking Mirror.
This must be the place. Professor Oubier's house.
Looks pretty creepy. I'd been away from Paris and hadn't seen Nico for nearly 6 months. I wanted to celebrate our reunion, but she had other plans. An appointment with an archaeologist. Something to do with a Mayan stone she came across while researching a story. The guy who answered the door didn't look much like an archaeologist to me. I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, the art... I mean, you can sort of see like the similarity between Broken Sword 1 and this. But the themes are certainly different. Oh. Down I go. Someone's read Tintin, huh? Oh no! Yeah, obviously she gets darted because you can't... And they're setting the place on fire too! Just in case the spider wasn't enough. And that's how the game starts, huh? Oh, Christ. So, let's see, are they gonna... They're gonna softball us in at the start here? Oh, okay, right.
There were only 3 things I didn't like about spiders. The way they looked, the way they moved, and the fact that they lived on the same planet as me. This spider was...
God, this art style, that looks like, fucking... That looks like Archer. Like the sort of Archer art style from the TV show.
I glanced over the books, vaguely hoping to find a copy of How to Deal with Poisonous Spiders While Tied to a Chair. No such luck. But I noticed one corner of the bookcase was supported by a loose block of wood. The block of wood had been used to replace the original foot of the bookcase. Maybe I'd been a little heavy-handed, but it was a question of survival. Of course, I was still tied to a chair in a burning house with no means of escape. With one mighty bound, our hero was free. Now, I had to deal with that fire.
So... That was just like the intro there. I think I'm going to take it easy today and I'm going to stop there. I'd said I would reach the end of Broken Sword 1, and I did. However, would you guys be interested to see me stream through Broken Sword 2 at some point? Maybe on the weekends? I have to admit, like, Broken Sword, like, point-and-click adventure games, they were like some of the very first games I got into. They were most of my childhood, like Monkey Island, Broken Sword, stuff, Full Throttle, The Day of the Tentacle. I love coming back to do point-and-clicks. I know that they're not like the biggest draw, but they mean an awful lot to me. So yeah, I think I will stream some more point-and-clicks in the future. Oh, we got more. Show hotspots. Ooh, this game has a widescreen, which Broken Sword 1 didn't! Ooh. Yeah, okay, this all looks, Wait a second. By squishing that bug, we solved one puzzle, which put our completion percentage at 2%. So one puzzle is 2%, meaning what, there's 50 puzzles total in the game? But yeah, we'll stop off there for now. Still, thank you guys for joining me, just as I went back through one of the games that I grew up with. Gotta be honest, didn't like the waggle. But, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, you know? But, ooh, I tell you what. My buddy Bazco the Proler is streaming Baldur's Gate 3. So how about, we raid on into Bazco, and, we say hello. Before I go, what else am I up to? Tuesday is almost certainly going to be, more Yakuza. Damn it. More Like a Dragon. But Thursday is when I'm going to be playing Pacific Drive, which I already played the demo of, and I am so excited for that game. Like you wouldn't frickin' believe. I really hope that you guys tune in for that, because, again, I'm really excited to see that. Well, I'm really excited to play that. And, well, I guess that's going to be it from me right now. That's been Lex Temporis, and I will see you next time. Ciao.